I heard it was faked. Yeah, it's like, no, it's not people that are like 7 feet tall. There's plenty of guys that are 7 feet tall. Just people in general, right? But, like, these are like 15 feet tall. So it's not like, oh, it's just a really, really, really tall guy. No, it's like a completely different thing. But yeah, it's like, that seems kind of crazy. I don't know if I'd really believe that without a lot of evidence. There's a guy who was 10 feet tall. There's no human that's ever been 10 feet tall, man. I can guarantee you. In recorded history. That's generally accepted. Well, Tyler 1. Besides Tyler 1. Okay. When David the guy was 6'9", can you fit in my car? It's kind of weird. Yeah, I have a few friends that are pretty tall too. It's probably a huge pain in the ass. Yeah, I consider myself like pretty lucky that like I'm a tall guy, but I'm not like really tall to the point to where it's a inconvenience all the time. Like I would assume like if you're like 6'8" or 6'10" or something like that, it's constantly fucking annoying. How tall is considered tall? I think like for a guy it's like 6 feet tall is tall. Is average? Not in America. Maybe in like places in Europe, sure, but not in America. Netherlands 6 foot's average. Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay. Oh, there's one right there. I forgot about it. I'm 6'3". Is that too tall? No, that's about as tall as I am, and it's fine to me. Yeah, seems good to me. We have a little hiccup there. And we're back. Okay, cool. Have you ever met Doc IRL? No, I haven't. I was at a convention that he was at, but I never talked to him because he was like busy playing some tournament or something. Okay. Reese's Buttercup or Snickers? I think Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are way better. But Snickers are okay too. Being tall and singing planes sucks. See, like, I've never really, I'm very flexible and I'm used to, like, always moving, like, my body around a lot. So it never really annoyed me that much. Okay. Are you fucking kidding me? Did you get your trees this year? Yeah, I got a lot of them. I should be good until Valentine's Day. Like, Merry Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas, boys. It doesn't really feel like Christmas to me, but I think there's a lot of reasons to that. Number one reason at least is it's still hot where I live. Like, I walked down to the store today in a short sleeve shirt. Okay. What's on Halo Infinite? I haven't played it a lot, so I can't really give too much of an opinion that's, like, relevant. I've got like 3 more to do, then I'm done. Don't worry about global warming. The government can handle it. I mean, the government can't handle shit. I'll tell you that, man. Yeah, I don't trust the government to do pretty much anything right now. Like, they, pretty much incompetent. But, I mean, I think that's the same with, like, everything. It's not like the companies are even better. I think it was a joke. Yeah. I would hope so. Was global warming that bad? To be honest with you, I'm not a scientist. Like, I'm really not. The way I always looked at like global warming and all of that stuff, and I don't want to get too into this, is that it's like if you light a cigarette in a room, it's gonna make the room smell worse. You know, there are cities that have worse pollution than other cities. And I think there's like whole cities in China, for example, that the air in that city is like equivalent to smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day. So I think that there are like macro levels of humans influencing climate change. And I think that you can look at it on a micro level in terms of, you know, lighting a cigarette in a room or something like that, or anything. And like, I think it would be foolish to say that you can't make an effect that's even bigger if you do enough stuff. It's a great idea, but who actually cares? I mean, I would care enough. Like, I think that you should try to develop things that are not necessarily bad for the environment or hurt the environment. Yeah, I'm on board with that. I did my own research on Exxon's website, and it turns out climate change is nothing to worry about, guys. Well, that's reassuring. I'm glad. Damn, well, that pretty much settles it. Great. I was worried. They put West Blue over 300 years, and now they want to prevent developing countries from growing. See, to me, like, yeah, the West did pollute things a lot, and it's not good, but the logic behind, like, oh, well, developing countries should be able to pollute the environment for a certain period of time. I don't think that's, I don't care, to be honest. Like, just the the health of the earth is more important than some arbitrary unfairness that's perceived. Yeah, I just don't give a shit. Makes no mistakes. Makes no sense to make people make the same mistakes in the sense of fairness. No, I agree. No stupid argument. Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. Due to provide tech to a third world. I don't really think a country has any responsibility to anything else other than its citizens, pretty much, other than not ruining the earth. Its entirety NA. They open their fridges same time for 1 hour. Definitely reduce global warming. Oh, that's a good idea, yeah. Well, open up the fridge, that way you don't have to do it for as long. It's a good idea. Western countries, especially the US, contributed tons of pollution while they're industrializing. That's true. For sure, I mean, like, no doubt. What do you think about greenwashing? I don't know what that is, honestly. It'd be very hard to convince developing countries not to use fossil fuels. I think everybody uses that. It's not really a big deal. But like in general, I think if you have a developing country that's using things like slave labor, you know, things that are just like really, really bad for pollution and the environment, I think just don't trade with them at all. Because like that's usually the reason why they're doing it. Use the shit out of them? Yeah, I know. China's fucking us? Yeah, I have no idea, man. How about giving developing countries a tech to not need to pollute? I don't think that anybody has a responsibility to help them. That's their own problem, man. In a way, I think that like every country has, like, at least for the US, right? This is how I see it. Is in the US, there's like tons of people that are homeless and they can't afford their rent and stuff like that. And whenever you go and you tell me that, well, you should take the people's money and then spend it on people that aren't even in the same country, whenever we have homeless people in our country, it's not something that I'd support. I think, you know, the government has an obligation to the people of that country to take care of them first. Yeah, clean your own house fast when we're going around others. Yeah, exactly. It's like, in a way, I consider it almost a betrayal of the country, right? It's like you're taking people's tax dollars and their money that's taken away from them by threat of force, and then giving it to somebody who is in another country. I'm not saying that, like, there should never be like foreign aid for certain things, but I think in general, I'd like to see that money get reinvested into the people in our country. Capitalism is at odds with renewable energy because renewable energy doesn't produce profits, it reduces profits. You could say that it's also at odds with like socialism because, you know, with the reason why people are using non-renewable energy, they're using unhealthy energy is because it helps more people, right? So you can use any of that argument for socialism too. I think people usually just use like any sort of outcome, any sort of bad outcome as like the fault of capitalism, and I don't agree with that. Damn, that looks fucking cool. God damn. You should go back to school, get MBA, maybe further your knowledge on OTK for future endeavors. No, I went to school and I got a business degree and I didn't learn anything. Yeah, I don't really give a shit about that stuff. Same as most students, yeah, exactly. It just doesn't really matter that much, and I think there's plenty of people that learn a lot. Like, there's a lot of people, like, you always hear about someone like doing his associates in MBA. I think mainly like what is really the difference? Because I took a lot of like really high level classes for my business degree, and it didn't really matter. Yeah, it didn't help me at all. I think that like a degree in like something like STEM like definitely matters, but something like business, it's outside of like accounting and a few other things like finance, it's not really that important. Degree in marketing, can't even market myself, yeah. Accounting is the only relevant one, honestly. Yeah, exactly. So like, why get a business degree if accounting is the only thing that matters? It's not the only thing that matters, but it's the most important thing. I don't really want to drive across a bridge designed by an engineer and watch a few YouTube videos. What do you think the E in STEM is? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, I'm totally on the same page there. I'm hiring a sales rep. I'd say my sales classes helped me tremendously, but most of the other, besides accounting, you said did nothing. Real world. See, like I guess like I felt that the way that I would always sell stuff online and just do stuff like sell stuff on my own, a lot of the sales stuff that I learned, I felt was like really just like common sense, and I didn't really feel like it helped me a lot. Like I told people before, I learned more about business in World of Warcraft than I did in business school. I think a lot of people, you know, you read about, you know, Bill Gates or somebody like that. A lot of these guys dropped out of school. And, of course, like this is clearly, it's a little bit misleading because like Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard. And so it's like, wasn't really the same exact thing. But I think there's a lot of people, of like all walks of life that, like, I know for myself, like there are people that I know that went to business school and then they started making their own business and it started going well, and then they dropped out and they just did that instead. So it's not like, you know, it's the same paradigm as what happened with someone like Bill Gates, but it's on a much, you know, much more reduced scale. Do you feel the new generation are more stupid as ever and easy to manipulate? No, not really. I think kids today are just as dumb as we were. And I mean, really, I do think like maybe the difference, there could be like a small difference. I think that like if you're a kid now, you have much more access to information because of the internet and everything, because like they grew up with it completely. Whereas like whenever, I think a lot of guys that are around like, I don't know, like late 20s, early 30s and in chat, like that's where I'm at. And you know, we had some of that stuff, but not really. It's like Google was not what it is now at all. Bro, just kill him. It's easy. Stupid. Anyway, rate of completion, consumption's biggest difference. People are just dumb. Well, yeah, but I do think that like one thing is that people in general, I think there's been a lowering of competency of like, let's say, what's the best way to describe it? Competency of like critical thinking, like being able to process information accurately. Because yeah, I think a lot of people know how to find information, but they don't really know how to digest it as well. Need a third party to make sure they're thinking right. Well, the problem is that like also now you have like so many other tools of data analysis that didn't really exist and that weren't really available. So because like now getting the right answer to something is effectively more complicated, it's made it to where it's easier to misinterpret what the right answer is. Internet gave people echo chambers with no form of correction. I think to a degree, yeah. But I also don't think that it's as simple as that. Because if you go back to like the 50s or something like that, you had plenty of people that were living in echo chambers then too. Absolutely. It's like everybody in their life, like they looked like them, they acted like them, they thought like them. It was the same thing. Let me make some of these. Okay, citrinis. Great. I'll make shield. I still don't have my shields capped out. My shield levels are really low. $578, that's pretty good. Awesome. Wow, that's actually a really good shield. Look at that. God damn. I don't think anybody will ever really buy it though. Echo chambers have their use. All cultural differences and languages derive from people living in a small community. I think people are always going to want a certain degree of an echo chamber, but I think that, like, for the internet, like, for example, critical thinking is being tested in the public more often and more visibly. People are fed misinformation and being exposed in their lack of skill. Well, I think the problem is that, like, misinformation is so much easier to have happen now. It's very easy to get misinformation. Because you can make a compelling argument for a lot of things from both sides if you omit or interpret information in a different way. Okay, is it right here? No, it's on the other side. Oh, I didn't aggro him, nice. People can't agree on anything anymore? I think most people agree on most things. That's always been my opinion on it. Really? Alright, let's go. Got him. Like, most people hated Cuties and Netflix. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Cuties I think is a good example. Like, that show. It doesn't really matter what the greater meaning for it is or anything like that. I think that if you show that to a fucking, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Like 100 people at a Walmart, every single person is going to think it's fucking disgusting. Fuck, I aggroed that guy. I got lost in the sauce. Well, I think there are a lot of people who, it's like you have a crazy person that, like, lives near you, and then it's like, oh, Bill the nutcase is gonna live here. And then, well, now Bill, like, every village idiot is connected together through the internet, basically. So you have, like, Bill, who's, like, fucking talking to, Evan, who's just absolutely fucking crazy about something else, and you just basically have them all fucking chained together, one-upping each other about how stupid they can be. I'm just gonna vendor this shield. I'm never gonna use it realistically. Okay. I think I'll have enough space for this. I don't know. Lunatic friends are more confident than they should be now because they're not alone. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people that believe crazy stuff now. Let's throw this stuff away. I don't need that, and I don't really need these. Okay, it's still registering me as being encumbered even though I'm not. There we go. We're good. It's easier to be dumb and proud of it than being smart and educated and be proud of it. Yeah. I'm just not gonna get any more iron right now. Crazies are usually being fed by the algorithms on their favorite social media tool, reinforcing their irrational thinking. Yeah, I think you're right about that. think American freedom is what leads to conspiracy theories or people believing in dumb shit more so than other people in the countries in the world. I think there's a lot of people all over the world that believe in dumb stuff. I don't really think it's an American thing at all. Yeah, I wouldn't really think it is. And actually, yeah, I think that like most of the time you have a lot of Europeans who think that a lot of stupid and bad things come from America. And it's like, actually, there's plenty of people that are dumb in your country too. It's just you're not thinking about them, right? I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. Okay. Good, you want to start answer? No, I'm just saying like there's dumb people in every country. It's very common. It's not really that crazy. Every country probably has a lot of problems that like I don't even really know about. That's the thing is like I don't know like what's going on in a lot of these countries. I have no idea. Like I know what's wrong in my country and that's about it. Like I'll hear things like I hear like people get stabbed all the time in the UK and stabbings are like this really big issue in the UK. But like, do I really know that? Like, do I live there? Like, I don't know that. It's just, or like burglaries and stuff like that. Like I don't know. I don't know what's real. Because media is so divided and there's so much misinformation out there. You're just at a point now where you just can never believe anything that you read. Stabbings are bad in London. Yeah, that's like what I hear, but like, do you live in London? Like, have you actually looked at the statistics for it? Like, probably not. I do, South London. Well, maybe they are bad, right? But like what I'm saying is that it's given me reason to doubt what I read, no matter what it is. Is that what is this here? We're gonna take him with a jab, even though it's known that's meant to kill you. You mean like the COVID jab, that the vaccine's gonna kill you? I don't want to get into that. I don't want to discuss it. I don't want to argue against you against it. Just think whatever you want, man. Yeah, I just think whatever you want. Okay. Let's open up some boxes. Waste of breath? Yeah, it's just no reason to talk about it. Alright, here we go. I want pristine winter tokens, okay? Looking for pristines. Or premiums. Premium? 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 Come on, man. For real? Man, fuck this. Stupid. Okay, there we go. Nice. $10 premiums today. That's a lot. Holy shit, 32 premiums. This is gonna take so long to farm all of these, man. Like, I think they should buff the amount of premium tokens and shit that you get, because, like, it just takes forever. Okay, here we go. I can buy all 3 of these. Let's see here. Snow-capped bed, snow-capped bookcase. Yeah, there's just so many of these to farm. It's insane. Sword stats are broken? Let me see. It's a rapier. Hmm. That's on the anti-work sentiment. My opinion on that has always been basically that I'm gonna buy these 3. I might as well just buy them now. Buy 1, okay. Buy this. I'll buy the cloak. Oh, that's cool. Great. So what if I go with that? Yeah, I can change the rest of my set later on. I'll deal with it later. Anti-work is all the karma coming back on the companies for years of bullshit. I don't really think that's it. I think people just don't want to work. Like, people aren't posting about anti-work because they care about, you know, some historical significance or anything like that. It's most movements are driven by they're driven by a personal, there's a personal reason. Anti-work is a pretty American concept. No, I think a lot of people don't really want to work or anything like that too. It's a vendetta. Most people want to work. They just want to feel fulfilled in their work or be well paid. It's hard to say. I think that if you gave people the option, like let's say you had, there's a lot to it. So, like I'm trying to think like where should I start in this conversation? Maybe I should go back to Evanscale and just like deposit all this stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. It's gonna take fucking forever though. Whatever, it doesn't even matter. So anyway, I think a lot of people that support the anti-work stuff are probably just doing it out of, in my opinion, like selfish reasons. Like they don't want to work, they don't like their job. But I don't necessarily think that delegitimizes it, because I do think it's a legitimate thing, because as time goes on, you're going to have more automation and you're going to have more things that will just remove the necessity to have every single person in the workforce. And I think that like in 30 or 50 years or so, it will be less of a norm to have a job, because there will just simply not be that many things in the economy that need someone doing them. And I think this is already happening. You're seeing this happen. Like a very small thing that you guys see is like self-checkout lines. Everybody's seen a self-checkout line. Well, that used to be an employee, and now it's not anymore. And there's other machines that do things like it didn't happen in the last industrial revolution. Don't think it'll happen this time either. Yeah, but the difference between the industrial revolution and this is that this is explicit, like the explicit goal for this is to remove people from the working economy. Whereas like the Industrial Revolution, the goal for that was to produce more products. So things increased in scale in the Industrial Revolution because the goal was to increase the scale. With automation, the goal is to reduce the amount of people working. So if you're going to say that automation will not reduce the amount of people working because Industrial Revolution didn't, I think that you just don't really understand why the Industrial Revolution happened versus automation. Like people want automation because it will remove the necessity to have an employee. That workforce would pump money into the economy though. People don't want automation to replace the working class. Well, automation will replace the majority of the working class. I think so. And I'm sure it will also replace a lot of more high-end jobs too. I just don't really know what those are yet. That's why programming is becoming a big thing? Yeah, for sure. Assembly line just reorganized labor, it didn't remove it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think calling it a reorganization is actually a really good way to say it. Anti-work is about raising average wages so that people can live semi-comfortable lives and not live paycheck to paycheck. Well, I mean, I support that, I mean, for sure. Like, I've said that before. You can keep your shitty job, Russell Bam video. It got recommended to me, but I haven't watched it yet. It leads to the logical question, why the fuck we need 8 to 9 billion people? It's hard to know. I mean, like, need is like, there's a lot of things in the world that we don't need. Like, we don't need Disneyland. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things, like, needing something is not necessarily the best way to necessitate something. We don't need streamers. Yeah, you don't need streamers. You don't need movies. You don't need, you know, music. Right? It's just, it's not, yeah, you don't need Netflix. I think that the essence of what need means is, it's very narrow. So it's like, yeah, everybody thinks that they need something different or they don't need or whatever, right? Oh, you can live without this or you can't live without that or whatever. So it's hard really to say. Disneyland's not a living object. Here we speak about people simply not required in the fourth technological revolution. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people, and this is, I think it's going to be a very, in my opinion, this is just what I think is going to happen. And I don't really know if this is going to happen or not, but this is my best guess. Is I think that, and like you're already seeing society and culture shifting this way already, is that you see a lot of people who are now their job is mainly to provide a service to people who make more money than they do. So things like Uber Eats, Fiverr, Shipped, all of these different types of services that are effectively made for providing a service to someone who has more money than you. And I think that we're going to enter an age of, I've said this before, like neo-feudalism, where you have people that are extremely wealthy that have all the money, and you're going to have people that work for them who have no money. And they're just being effectively taken care of through like, effectively like indentured servitude, something like that. Let me just put, I'm going to put all this away. I'm going to put all that away. All this away. Oh god, this feels so good. Okay. Oh, I can actually turn this into stuff. Furniture, I'm just going to put all my furniture in there. Ancient coding, angry earth coding. I don't need the encumbrance, don't need this. Proficiency booster, I'm not gonna fuck with that. Give me a second, guys. Cooking, all that's going away, all this. And I'll just keep all these just so I can see the patterns. And what about this stuff? Put that away. I need to eventually use this. It's not going to be right now, though. Yeah, I just simply don't need all these things with me all the time. I guess I'll just get rid of all the ones that I'm not really using regularly. Okay. Harvester set. Do not need the harvester set. Okay, that's pretty much good. So yeah, I think that you're not going to go completely back to like slavery days, like no, but I think it'll be pretty close to that, because there's a lot of people who just won't really have a lot of value in society because they don't have the same type of like skills or utility that people want to have. And I think that there won't be any jobs for people like that either, so they'll have no way to take care of themselves. DoorDash driver? Yeah, but there's only so many DoorDash drivers that you need. Okay, what else do I need to do? Only the rich will be able to play video games. I don't know about that. Invest in crypto scams and NFTs, only way to make it for a normal person? Not really. TikTok and streaming don't really provide a service to society. Service to society doesn't really matter. Like there's no value in service. There's only value in what people perceive has value. It's the same reason why the NFTs have value. As long as people get something out of it, then it has value. Postulates automation will ultimately create a social class way below the lower class, those with zero formal education or automated society. Yeah, I think that's effectively what's going to happen. It'll create like new aristocracies and stuff like that. Made 200K in the stock market this year. Sucks 35% will go to the government. I think it's a pretty fair price to pay, because if it didn't go to the government, somebody could just show up at your house and kill you and take your money. And the government's what prevents that from happening. You got no government, that's what's going to happen. Is this cleared? Oh, if it's only 2 people, I don't want to do it. Yeah, it looks like it's only 2 guys. Fuck that. Is there a difference between rich and the poor, not only wealth-wise? Be more times to speak. A certain group of people will be able to better themselves and be species difference. Once that happens, the vision will be even bigger. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. There's a middle ground between getting killed and the government taking 35%. I don't think 35% is that unreasonable, honestly. I think that you could say 35% is unreasonable for the services that the government provides right now. Like, I think the government doesn't do enough for people. Like, too much of people's money is spent on like military shit and things that people don't really care about. But on a fundamental level, I don't think 35% is bad intrinsically. Okay. I've got to catch up with these guys. Oh, giving the government money, they're so horrible at management. Kills any argument in this direction. I mean, private companies are bad at managing money too. The government isn't the only thing that's bad at managing money. Military shit keeps us safe. I mean, it definitely does, but at a certain point, like, how much do you need? Like, if you already have enough bombs to blow up the whole world, like, how many more bombs do you need? Why is nobody inviting me? There we go, nice. Big damage. Nice. I'm just gonna follow the group. Wait, why is this thing not working? Oh, it's bugged out. Of course it's bugged out. Why would the game not be bugged out? Small indie company? Yeah, exactly. Wish this game wasn't so clunky. I think that if they just made the systems in the game better, it would improve it a lot. Just on its own. Like, not even counting anything crazy. Just improve systems. Better game. You watched Elysium? With Matt Damon? Yeah, I did. Okay, there we go. That's Kruger. Yeah, I remember that guy. It was a badass movie, for sure. I was maybe gonna hate Christmas this year. Yeah, pretty much. But I'm just gonna try to focus on just gaming and enjoying myself as much as I can, and that's really the best I can do. PUBG with McConnell. Yeah, I'll have to see whenever McConnell's around, and then we can do PUBG someday. That'll be fun. Christmas canceled this year? Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't even put up my tree or do anything this year. Like, usually I put up a tree and put up lights and everything like that, and this year I didn't do anything. Some years don't want to be festive. Well, it's just this year has been like it's not just like what happened with my mom. It's like a lot of other stuff that I haven't really talked about a lot on stream that's like happened. It's just like really been shitty, and it's just like all that stuff put together just makes me not really want to celebrate it. It's been pretty fucking bad. Okay, next. Nice, sucks, but what about your dad? I helped my dad put up his lights and everything, but I told him like I didn't want anything for Christmas. Like I don't want to celebrate it really. That's about it. Easy fucking game. Are they gonna want to do all the other ones? I'm assuming they probably are. I guess we'll just go over there. I don't know what they want to do. Doesn't please why you no longer play WoW. Why do I no longer play WoW? I do. I just haven't played it for a while on stream, that's all. Didn't you play WoW like 2 days ago? Yeah. But to a lot of people, like if I'm not actively playing the game like at that time, they just assume that I'm not playing it anymore. Yeah, I'm probably never gonna stop playing WoW, realistically, guys. You see how it's always faster to just like ignore the road? Like the 10% buff doesn't even matter. You're not even concerned to quit? Everything Blizzard's done, the game declining, not gonna quit. I don't really make, like, it might sound weird, but like I don't really make much of a like I don't make theatrics out of it. If I quit the game, I just stop playing it without thinking about it. Like with raiding, for example, like I didn't really, there wasn't like a day that I was like, okay, this is my last raid day. That never happened. Like I was just like, okay, well, I'm just like not gonna show up today. What the hell is, oh shit. Yeah, just ignore these chests. We can always get them later on. There's a million of these chests. We don't need to think about them now. The all no call, no show raider. Well, yeah, it's like I just, you know, one day I just decide I'm not going to show up that day, and that's about it, you know? Damn, it does a lot of damage. That's me, yeah, and like, and I was like, yeah, do you guys need me? I'll show up if you need me, but other than that, I mean, I really don't need to be there. It's the same as like raiding in Classic. Like I didn't really stop raiding in Classic. I just, you know, I'd logged on and they had somebody else to come instead of me, and then that person, I'd be like, well, we'll just let that person go instead. And you know, that happened for a few weeks, and then maybe a couple of weeks after that, I just didn't even log on because I just assumed that person would take the spot and it'd be fine. And then before you know it, you're not raiding anymore. That's kind of how it happened. Yeah, it wasn't like a big grand thing or anything like that. I just kind of stopped. Something's just gonna end. Yeah, it's not really about like ending. It's just like I never really thought about like, oh man, this is my last raid day. You know, it was never like something that I considered. It was just like, okay, well, I was raiding in Tomb of Sargeras, and then I logged on a few nights, and I was like, I didn't really want to come, and you know, they had somebody else to replace me, and so before you know it, you're just not logging on. And the same thing happened like later on. I came back to raid an Aldir for a while, and then we got to Gahoon, and I wasn't really having fun raiding Gahoon. And you know, I told them like, I'll be here if you guys need me, but other than that, I'm just chilling, you know. And then the guild kind of moved on without me. So yeah, it's not like there was like some big like, oh, it's Asmon's last day or anything like that. No, it was just one day. That was it. There are actually very few things that I just kind of plan out and do. Usually it just kind of happens on its own. Do you regret not raiding those tiers? No, absolutely not. The game's fucking terrible. Like, I don't want to wait for the stupidest person in my group to figure it out. That's not fun for me at all. Why the fuck would I want to do that? Yeah, I never felt bad about it or anything. In fact, I was like actually kind of glad because like that way we could get new people into the raid who really wanted to do it and everything, and then they got their spot. That was great. I got 3 tags on it, 3 hits on it, should be good. It's not like you have a problem finding a raid group. Yeah, I mean, it'd be easy for me to find a raid group because like I'm a streamer, but it's just not really something I'd be interested in. If you're forced to pick a single player Final Fantasy to play, what would you do? I'd do Final Fantasy VII if I had to pick one. Because like that's the one that's like the most known and a lot of people really like it, so that's what I would try. Is Lost Ark something you're gonna play whenever it comes out? Is it something I'm gonna play? Yeah, it is. Do you care about Sunwell since you never finished it? I do in a way, but like I think that I really cared a lot more. Like I feel like Nax was a much bigger deal for me, and like just doing the vanilla WoW raids was a much bigger deal for me. Just overall. Did you find Mythic Sanctum of Domination carry? No, I still need a Mythic Sanctum of Domination carry. I think Sunwell's gonna be whatever. Mirror's gonna be difficult, or not easy. I think Kalagos will be hard. Iridar Twins will be hard. Muru will be hard. Yeah, that's it. I don't think Felmist will be hard at all. Cause like Felmist was like, there was like one mechanic that was like really hard. And nowadays I think people are just so much better at the game that it won't be hard to do. Muru was really hard. Yeah, it was, but like also people do way more damage now than what they did back then. Because they're just way better at the game. So like, will the difficulty of Muru hold up or not? It's hard to say. It was definitely like Sunwell was a lot harder than like anything else that had come out before then, for sure. Don't get me wrong. Nice. Mount Hyjal is going to be so boring for 5 months. The thing is, yeah, like, I don't want to have to do Hyjal. I was super excited about Hyjal whenever it came out, too. Because, like, I was a Warcraft 3 player. But, I guess I'm probably not gonna do it. Well, Hydro, part of your screenshot stream was awesome. Your Tauren friend. Which part of that was there again? Hydro gear isn't even that good, but the exalted rings are. What are you talking about? Like, Cataclysm's Edge is the best weapon in T6 for, I think, Arms Warriors and also for Rep Paladins. Rep Paladins, I don't know if the mace from Reliquary is better or not. But I know it's better for Arms Warriors, and also like the Tempest, Talent of the Tempest, or whatever the fuck it is. Oh shit, it's one of these. Torch of the Damned, yeah, there it is, that's what it's called. I hate this one, man. I hate this one so much. Molten Fist for Shamans. Yeah, the Trash Drop. Those are really good too. Let's see what else besides that. Hydro bosses except for Archimon weren't even hard. I think Archimon is going to be super fucking easy. Because Archimon, like, the thing is, the reason why Archimon was so hard is because the player base hadn't been conditioned to using an extra action button. And like now, because the player base is so conditioned into using extra action buttons, I think Archimon is going to be really, really, really easy. Shadowy Necromancer is an insane buff. You mind control them? Oh, the haste buff or whatever? I bet they're probably going to take that out of the game. That's a dead-ass bitch. Seen the T5 nerfs? No, I haven't really played anything. Any of Burning Crusade. Like, my guild left the server. I actually paid for a lot of people's transfers. And, because I was like, yeah, sure. You know, you guys want to go, you can go. Whatever. I didn't know that, yeah. It's kind of sad because like Farewena Alliance is just completely dead. They've already made it that post-nerf BT versions are caving hard. Well, it's because a lot of people don't really want to have like really hard content. They think they do, but the problem with like WoW's really hard content is that you just waste so much time inside of the game trying to get shit done. Yeah, they think they do, but they don't. Yeah, it's like, I remember whenever we were wiping on a LAR, like it would take like 15 minutes for one pull. It's like, I don't want to do that. It's annoying. Didn't you like Classic? Yeah, but you never wiped in Classic. If wiping in Classic was a thing, I probably wouldn't raid in Classic. Only boomers wipe in Classic? No, not even boomers wipe in Classic. That's why they played it. Making enough gold for consumables was hard too. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to have to keep up with consumables and bullshit. You were so typed up for TBC release, kind of sad. Well, I played Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy was really fun. Like, I would still raid in TBC maybe. But it's like, I've just had so many other things in my life happen that I've just been, like, stretched pretty thin, I guess. And also, like, playing on a PvP server, like, it just really made it not fun to do. Like, as I said, I have no fun playing on a PvP server at all. Oh, there he is. Got him. Okay. People are crazy about wanting to be on your stream. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that like being a big streamer does it's kind of crazy, like the kind of people that it will attract. And there's a lot of people that I think they don't really realize like how weird it is and like how prevalent it is. Did it happen whenever you first started? Oh, let me open up my boxes first. Okay, here we go. Legendaries. We're looking for items with orange letters, okay? Orange letters. Okay, what's this? Okay. What's this? That's pretty decent. That's trash. Nope. Okay, now we've got the big boxes. All right, box number 1. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's filter everything. I'll try and sell this this weapon here. Waste of time. Yeah, it pretty much was. Okay, what do we got going on here? Is it this one here? How much do y'all think we should sell this for? I think like 200 gold, something like that. $125. Yeah, that sounds fine to me. Hopefully it sells. Wait, I have 192k? Damn, did I make money? Wait, did somebody give me money? I feel like I just like randomly, my gold just randomly went up. Do we want to cap this out at, is there anybody that wants to top us out at maybe at 200k? That'd be great. Okay, crit chance, fortified bane, that's almost good. Okay, this is refreshing move. No, it has to have enchanted. Fuck. And fuck. There's still, I still haven't found the hatchet, man. I need to find the hatchet, the one hatchet to rule them all. Love to. Merry Christmas. What's up, Jibu? Merry Christmas to you too, man. Yeah, the one true hatchet. And for swords, I feel like I'm not even going to try to... Like, I'm just going to craft a legendary sword. Like, all these items suck. Like, this one right here. Like, literally, who cares? I'm just going to craft it. Have someone make it for you? No, that... Because then they'll make it and it'll be bad. What if it's bad? New World skin for the sword is sick as fuck. Yeah, what are the skin swords? Or sword skins, I mean. Let me see. I'm one gypsum away from the sword being capped out. Oh, come on. Okay. Like, that does look really cool. What about shield? That's the way my shield looks right now. Yeah, I don't like that. That looks stupid. Looks upside down, yeah. I just don't really need the shield with me all the time. Shield's heavy. I mean, honestly, this is a really, really, really good shield. Rapier skin is a katana? Yeah, let me see what the rapier skin is. Oh, I don't have the rapier with me anymore. Let me see if I have one over here. Did your server get merged? I don't even know. Yeah, I genuinely do not even know. Okay. No? Okay. Oh, my rapiers are only 184? That sucks. I didn't know it was so low. Okay, so you got that one? Damn, these are fucking garbage. Wow, those are garbage. Getting New World, any realm suggestions? I mean, I'd want people... I wish people would play on Olympus and join the Marauders, man. Like, I feel like there's nobody that plays Marauders right now, and it's not good. Syndicate's best faction? Yeah, I know. Claim your drop skins? I don't even know what it is. Okay, well, I mean, I opened every single tree. I did pretty much everything there is to do in the game today. Let me see. Look at all I mean, I leveled like 4 skills up to 200. Bro, like, I feel like today was a really productive day. Like, we really popped off. I'm gonna make all this too. Okay. Make all these. The begging was good. Yeah, I think the begging part of the stream was really great. We should do that more often, guys. That was just really, really high quality. Yeah, any sub owners? Yeah, exactly. Begging on Final Fantasy 14 tomorrow. I don't really think I need to beg like on that game because there's like nothing I really need in the game. You know what I mean? It's just not as necessary. Let's see, what extra stuff in here? Like, do I really need this? Like, not really. I don't need to have this with me. I literally only have this, so I look cool. That's it. Like, look. Oh, it's a different color. It's not dyed properly. Well, it looks really cool whenever I have the set on it. Okay. Let me see. Okay, what do I not need? See, like this I think is really, really, really good. This pair of gloves. I just have no idea how to price anything in the game. Yeah, I really don't know. Those are insane, to be honest. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm just going to put them in here. Probably vendor them later. It is what it is. Try and get as many of these out of my inventory as possible. What about this one here? Dexterity, Constitution. I don't really need that either. Wait, a weight restriction? The hell? Oh, okay, it's bugged or something. I put it up for like 2K reasonably? No, I think it's way more than 2K for those gloves, honestly. Only problem with hybrid stat is you lose a stat unless it's 600 gear score. Yeah. So like, I like the Void Bent set. I think it looks cool. But I know it's like not best in slot or anything like that. That's the problem. There's a limit on how many items you can have in your storage as well. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just chill out for a bit, guys. I've had a good stream today. We've had a lot of fun. Enjoyed ourselves. Go ahead and just relax. Hope you guys have a good Christmas too. I do. Until next time, boys. Peace.